Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing the finale for the set review series. In this video, I'm going to be ranking the sets of the Sons of Garmadon wave. So at the very bottom of this list is, taking the number 6 spot, is the Sons of Garmadon headquarters. Why is this at the bottom of the list, you may ask? Well, this is one of the play sets, you could say, where the emphasis is not on design. It's on experience and play. So, yeah, the design suffers so that it can be fun to play for like little kids. So, and yeah, the design is obviously a huge component, which in my reviews I put over the experience, definitely. So, it's because of this that this takes the number 6 spot. There's no real design going on to it, and it just doesn't really set the mood that much. I do feel like it's very necessary for them to include that Lloyd minifigure with the Spinjitzu thing in there. I do like that they did that, but there's overall just not a lot of design here, and some of the minifigures are not the best either. Like, Nails and the other guys, Skip Vicious, I believe, I may be wrong, but those guys are literally just Chopper Maroon and Luke Cunningham, so, you know, there could have been a little more effort put into this, but it's not bad, it's just not good. In number 5, we have the Katana version 11, or Katana V11. The set felt good, but not great, you know. The bike, Luke Cunningham bike, is less than mediocre, and Luke Cunningham's minifigure doesn't even look like the real Luke Cunningham in the show. The boat itself isn't really bad, it just doesn't really stand out that much. Colors are all very nice, but they're not as good as they should have been, and the entire thing isn't that good when you compare it to other sets. This is a smaller set too, but this is not as good when you take it and put it next to other sets. The design looks awesome, but the design is good but not great. You know, it's not a bad set. I'm trying to find things to say bad about the set, but it's not a bad set. It's just not as good as the others. It's smaller, and the design choices are not as bold. Street Race of Snake Jaguar takes the number 4 spot. Typically, in 2-part sets, both parts of the set are lacking in something, and this is one example. Both of these bikes are mediocre. To be honest, it also says Street Race of Snake Jaguar. Why do you include a Zane minifigure and put the Snake Jaguar one in the SOG headquarters? It doesn't make sense, the whole name of the set. And also, both of the bikes are lacking. The design is fine and all, but it's just okay. The reason why this is above the Katana V11 is because the colors are spot on, and I like the minifigure choice. Well, I mean, of course, Zane should be Snake in her Snake Jaguar form, and the colors are very vibrant, and the bikes aren't too bad. They're just lacking something. Like, if you look at the bottom, you can see those rods very evidently. There's nothing covering them up. However, if you look at 1-part bike sets, they're better. This is a really amazing set. The colors on this car are just fabulous, and the car itself looks amazing too. I've already talked in my video about this specific set on how I do like the incorporation of golden blades. They just make the car seem intimidating, not like your standard racing car, a real ninja car. The little blasters on the side are also cool, though this car doesn't really have many features. The design is just spot on. Those golden blades really win it for me. And like I said in my video also, the touches of light green, I also love it. Minifigure choice is awesome too. Even though Ultraviolet's bike is really mediocre, the car itself is the reason why this set is in number 3. The design, it's just fabulous. I can't stop raving about it. It's one of the better vehicles that Ninjago has seen in its time. Killa vs. Samurai X steals the number 2 spot. This is a 2-part set, just like Street Race of Snake Jaguar, but they do it a lot better in the sense that one of these aspects is focused on more than the other. And that would be Killa's bike. Killa's bike is obviously a lot bigger, and there's more going on to it than if we look at Samurai X's mech. You can see that amazing shredder wheel, which I just love, and all the decals on it. It's obvious to me that this is the main aspect of the set. And then Samurai X's mech, it isn't bad either. It's not suffering, even though it isn't really emphasized as much. It still looks awesome, and I still love the colors. Maybe it could have had a little more going on to it. Like, the original Samurai X mech had a lot more going on to it, like a cockpit area for Nia to sit on. But I mean, this is what the Samurai X mech does appear in the show, so it wouldn't make sense to put a cockpit up there. But overall, they pulled off a 2-part set really well with this one. In the number 1 spot, we have Temple of Resurrection. For me, I always feel that bigger sets are generally better because there's more going on to it. There's more minifigures. There's just a lot more that you can play with, you can interact with. There's more to do in the end. So this set, that's why it takes the number 1 spot. The design is spot on, and it captures that classic feel of the Palace of Secrets design with the red and black scheme, and of course a classic color that's pretty much incorporated all the time into Ninjago, golden. And then I love the little mechanism you can turn to make Garmadon appear. That actually did happen in the show when the walls of the temple did fall down. Of course, Garmadon didn't appear there, but hey, it looked cool. And the design itself, those little red eye things to look like Garmadon's red eyes. This set accurately represents the actual build in the show a lot. And even the little cave in the bottom, it's fun to play with too. Even though there isn't much there, they do a good job of making sure it's somewhat interesting. They add those little 2 islands with the skeleton and the spider web, and they have these little decals in the back, and of course the little bins filled with assorted items. Thank you guys so much for watching Ninjago News TV. This will conclude the set review series, so that means that we're officially done with most of our Season 8 coverage. We covered all the episodes, we covered the sets. This is probably it. So, what's up for the next few months? Season 9 theories will be probably very frequent, maybe every week, maybe every other week. And then, of course, we'll also have stuff like other classics like ranking the seasons, ranking the weekend whips, ranking the villains, and all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.